Chinese vessels shadow PH-us Coast Guard drills near Panatag, Manila, Philippines with Chinese ships watching from a distance. Philippine and United States Coast Guard vessels conducted drills near a disputed reef in the South China Sea on Tuesday, in the first civilian maritime exercises between the two Pacific valleys in the heavily contested waterway. The Philippine Coast Guard vessels BRP Batangas and BRP Kalanggaman engaged the United States Coast Guard cutter Bertholf in capacity-building exercises near Panatag Shoal, known internationally as Scarborough Shoal, in the West Philippine Sea, 90 kilometers from Subic Bay in Zambales province. China's sweeping plain West Philippine Sea is the local name of the waters within the Philippines' 370-kilometer exclusive economic zone, EEZ, in the South China Sea. It is not another name for the South China Sea, a strategic waterway nearly all of which is claimed by China, including waters within the EEZs of the Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia and Vietnam, all members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, Asean, whose navies conducted exercises with the United States Navy off Singapore recently. A UN-backed arbitral court in The Hague invalidated China's sweeping claim in 2016, in the ruling on a challenge brought by the Philippines. Beijing, however, ignored the ruling, insisting on ownership of nearly the entire sea, which is criss-crossed by sea lanes where trillion in global trade passes every year and where islets, atolls and reefs are believed to be sitting atop vast energy reserves. As the Philippines has no military muscle to assert the arbitral ruling, the United States and its Western allies regularly conduct freedom of navigation operations through the South China Sea to show China that they do not recognize its claims. The United States Coast Guard's exercises with the Philippine Coast Guard was likely a preview of a bigger role for it in the South China Sea. The United States has left its right capacity to conduct maritime law enforcement and maritime security, and the Philippines has its own set of protocols to do the same. By working together, we learn from each other and develop working harmony involving mutual interest of both countries. Cmdr. Gary Dale Gimotea, commanding officer of the Batangas, said aboard the vessel during the drills on Tuesday. Just observing not far away, two Chinese Coast Guard vessels watched the exercises. At one point, one of the Chinese vessels got as close as 5.4 kilometers to the Batangas. The Chinese vessels, however, did not interact with the Philippine ships. They're just trying to observe what we're trying to do with the capability exercise involving the United States Coast Guard, Gimotea said. The United States Navy's freedom of navigation operations, involving two warships, near Philippine-claimed Burgos, Hague, and navies, Johnson South, reefs on Monday last week angered China, which said it damaged the peace, security and good order of the relevant seas. Commenting on the Chinese reaction on Wednesday in Singapore, John Richardson, head of the United States Navy's operations, said the freedom of navigation operations got more attention in the media and also have, sometimes from China, than they warrant, to be honest. No spice. In an earlier speech, Richardson said the United States naval operations have been consistent over decades and have not risen recently. I've done the analysis and I can state with confidence that our level of operations has been consistent over the decades, Richardson said, adding that there has been no spike recently. The maritime drills, which started on April 29, were co-hosted by Singapore and South Korea. Meanwhile, the United States Coast Guard's Bertholf made a port call in Manila on Wednesday, the first visit by a United States Coast Guard vessel to the Philippine capital. The ship is under the control of the United States 7th Fleet for its Asia-Pacific deployment, but is normally under the Department of Homeland Security. Reports from Francis Mangasing, Jeanette and Raid and The Wires. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.